Okay, I don't like making this kind of stuff, but I don't use Reddit, and if I did use Reddit, I would create an account and just reply to this comment, but I don't want to, and I'll just like make a video directly addressing this, helping you guys out because this is getting ridiculous. Hundreds, maybe even thousands of comments about the same exact thing. Does the shock mode build actually work? Yes. Yes, it does 100%. And I will show proof. I will give you some ideas on why it might not work for you and everything. Because here is what somebody joined my Discord and posted at me, and I want to address this for like everyone so we can get this cleared out. Purple Arkansas is not working with Wisp Shock Mode. Wanted to try out a Shock Mode Nuke build I found from 5000 hours of Wisp, the ultimate Wisp guide by Mook video. Build a second Wisp Prime so I didn't have to change Arkansas up, and the damage on the Shock Mode is the exact same as my Wisp without purple shards. Tried priming before using the Shock Mode, but same results. Am I missing something? You know, I get comments about this like every day, and I've only showed Shock Mode. I've had hundreds, maybe even thousands of comments saying, oh, this build doesn't work, it's clickbait, it's whatever. Like, it's just endless and endless and endless amounts of comments like that say, you know, like, just it doesn't, such a waste of time, it doesn't work, it's not even like, I don't get it. I have a dedicated video onto this explaining how I go to figure out the build and how we did step-by-step analysis on how the build works. I explained as much as possible in the guide itself on how to make the build work. Some people were successful, but most people still have the same issue and just say the build doesn't work. So the only reason why I'm making this now and why I'm doing this is because the literal first comment on this Reddit post is that Moog on his stream said it doesn't work anymore. When the fuck did I say that? Zelktek, right here. When did I say that, bro? Who are you on my Twitch chat, and what is your Twitch name? Because I have never, ever said this. Ever. If you go to my Twitch, you will matter of fact find at least 5 different streams of me exclusively using the shock mode. Exclusively. Look. Wave 58 still path. Or 68, I don't even know because the quality is so bad because my fucking stream, it's like I'm Greek, I can't make it better. But look, 83, still doing the shock mode build. Are you seeing this? This is the shock mode build. Why are we spreading misinformation? Moog on his stream said it doesn't work anymore. When did I say that? When the hell did I say that? I've never said this. I've never ever said this. You fell for the clickbait. What clickbait? I'm doing this live on my stream like every time I stream. There is no clickbait here. And if you're wondering how long this run lasted, we wanted to go 100 waves, but on wave 94, because we didn't have a silence ability, you will see that right here, one Eximus unit just completely one-shots it and we lose the mission. Level 1200 enemies, and there we go, and there goes the Eximus, and boom, mission failed. We could legit go for 100 waves, and we are on wave 94, and our time is 1 hour 38 minutes 43 seconds, by the way, which means that for the most part of the mission we are doing every wave within a minute. It is very effective, so it does work 100%. You can like comment whatever you want. You can say shit about me, like if you hate me, if you don't like me, whatever you want, but don't put words in my mouth, man. I've never said that this build doesn't work ever on my streams. Ever. So, if you still want to do this build, here are some tips. First of all, play in a squad. The more people, the more damage instances. The way the shock mode works is that when you are in a squad, your teammates will inherit the shock mode, they will have it on them, and each teammate is 1 damage instance and 1 shock proc on the shock mode. So if you have a 4-man squad, and you all have the shock mode, and you all have a pet that they also have the shock mode, That is, instead of 2 damage instances, that is 8 damage instances per half a second. So that increases the damage drastically. It is the most important part of this build and what makes this build happens. Second off, the build is catered towards fishers for the double strength and range buff. By far, fishers in this game are the most profitable way to make platinum. Specifically, Void Cascade fishers are by far the most popular game mode in this game by far, by a huge margin. So if you want to take this build and make use of it, you should 100% use it on a fisher. It will work outside of the fisher, but it's way stronger when you have the double strength buff, because it has no line of sight checks. Third, Warframe synergies. Things like Nidus, Nova, Dante, Jade, Necros are super strong with Wisp. Gyre is the strongest since it makes the shock mode crit and proc her 4th ability on kills. And this is how we go to such a high level here, because our squad, if you check it out, is Gyre for DPS with me, then a Jade for like giving more ability strength, and then a Nidus, where he's on the, or a Nova, sorry, instead of a Nidus, for the speed Nova buff, so that enemies take double damage. That's how we did it. That's how we go to level 1000 plus and we're still killing enemies without even touching them. That's how we did it. And here's like other footage if you want to see where I'm on a completely different squad. Where this time, we don't even have a guy. We simply, we have my friend Sentai from the Discord playing the Wisp shock mode build, and I'm from the Gyre's perspective, so you can see it from this POV too if you want. You literally don't even have to move. Like with Gyre, this build has direct synergies with her kit to make it extremely strong. As long as you take one weapon with you and you're in a fisher, it's gonna be much easier to get the fisher buff onto your Warframe to get the double strength and range, and that will make it way, way stronger. And your damage, as you can see, is completely ridiculous. Rotorswell wouldn't hit that guy over there if he didn't get hit by the shock mode, for example. Okay? That Gyre-Wisp interaction, I will make a dedicated video about it, because it is just that fucking strong. But as you can see, your team, or having a team with you at least to have the extra buffs, is very important. It's the most important part. It literally doubles your damage of the ability for every member of the team. And then finally, missing an important component like Mecha Set, Purple Swords, Roar. Those 3 are by far the most important, the first that came to my mind. If you're missing a mod, like let's say you're missing energy conversion is replaceable very easily. But if you're missing Mecha Set, that's not replaceable. If you're missing the Purple Swords, these aren't replaceable. If your team doesn't have a Roar buff, this gives the most damage out of everything that's stated here. You know, these things are things that make the build possible. So if you try the build and you don't have any of these 3, or like you're missing one of them, the build will obviously be worse. It's just how it works. And finally, because a lot of people have asked, and I want to get this clear, the hate in Canon doesn't matter if you don't care about hitting damage cap. The sole purpose of hate is to abuse afflictions inheriting the electric proc to deal insane damage. So I will bring up a pretty good argument with this. Yes, having hate on it is really, really good. And burning hate as an augment is completely overpowered. But here's a screenshot. You can clearly see where the hate does all its work. Basically, my hate incarnate for this build, as I've shown as well, doesn't even have any modes for heat or anything. Or like, it only has modes for heat. Doesn't have any electricity modes, anything. Only heat modes, only status modes, 0% crit chance. It basically deals no damage whatsoever. Right here, I will zoom in so you can clearly see, is a electricity proc dealing 18 billion damage. And this electricity proc is directly from the shock mode, which is why I say that the shock mode can deal damage cap. There is also the real reason this screenshot happened is because I got a cinematic damage type from the same thing that I've never seen before, and I have no idea what it is, but I found out that it is a specific damage type that's very, very secure. And yeah, I have no idea how it occurred in the first place. But the important thing is you can see here directly on this screenshot that the electricity proc from Burning Hate, because it inherits the electricity proc from Shock Mode directly onto itself, is dealing damage cap, and that is why you use the Hate with the Burning Hate on the build. It's not because it provides the Shock Mode more damage directly. Okay? Now that everything has been said and done, hopefully you can experiment, go to public squads, do fissures, and try to make this build work again. And I pray that you will be successful, because I don't want people running around and making Reddit posts of me of things that I've never said in my life. I have never said this before in my life. I'm sorry that I had to create a video like this. I didn't want to. But at some point, I need to speak up for myself, for sure, before this gets more crazy and more crazy and more Reddit posts like this could be made about me. I don't want to be involved in this kind of stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching. That's it.